Alright, you guys, we have Season 8 in My Hero Ultra Rumble. I already looked through these patch notes. They're okay. They're pretty lackluster. They're not too much. They're not too exciting. But let's just get straight into them. This season has a lot of changes. So essentially, what the tuning feature does is that it allows you to add buffs to your costumes, and it is very pay to win. You can do this free, but as like all gachas, you can just pay to do it faster. And the way you do this is through character data, and character data is obtained by participating in ranked matches or unranked matches, and you will earn the data after the match is over. For Yellow Shiggy, they increased the dash range for levels 1 to 8. This is a very minor change. I couldn't even tell because I don't play Yellow Shiggy like that. So maybe you guys could tell if you're Yellow Shiggy mains out there. Shoto's Gamma. This skill actually got a crazy buff. So I'm just gonna show you guys right now. This buff is like actually wild. It's so good. This is what he should have been like all along. Now when I tap this button, look how short of a time that Shoto gets out of the action. He can already move around. You can roll, do whatever, let the ice do its thing. It's so good, and it's so smooth too. I feel like they adjusted the animation of it too. It's wild. And they also made it faster to slide on it too, to begin your slide. It's so fast. It's so good. You can cancel it into itself now. That's how fast it is. It's wild. It's actually crazy. Now for Tech Shoto, they adjusted him quite a bit. They gave him an extra beta, and now you can actually wall climb on this ice wall. So that's something that you can do now. Now his alpha, they adjusted his alpha. They basically buffed it again. So they basically made it so that it follows your crosshair and not like after you press the button. So what that means is it is a lot more accurate to your actual click. It feels different. It does feel different, and I love that. It does feel different. Now, for the main character that single-handedly ruined this game, Hawks. Basically, what they changed to that his alphas no longer track. They no longer home in when they're behind an obstacle. So I'm gonna go behind here, and they're not tracking. So for his beta, essentially what they did was they buffed his ammo so that he can fly for longer after he hits someone. If he does not hit someone, they nerfed it actually quite a bit. You can only do beta twice if you do not hit someone. So if you do beta, 50%. And the reason why I'm going so far with Hawks is because I have a mod on for him. Now for his beta combo, essentially what they did was that the follow-up after the initial beta, you will get hard knockdown. See how they got hard knockdown? Now moving on to Kendo. This was one of the characters which I do not understand why they nerfed. I understand her alpha did a lot of fucking damage, but they did not need to nerf it this much. It used to do around like 140 something. Look how much damage it does. 112. I don't think there's any reason to play Kendo now. They also changed it so that you can look up with her beta. This is actually an amazing change against all. I guess they realized that against all these rapids, she was kind of worthless against them. Sometimes, not all the time. Now Tech Dabi, we actually got some Tech Dabi buffs, and it's just one buff. So essentially they made it so that his Gamma does not take the charge until the Ring of Fire actually comes out. So if you look closely, I do not use the ammo until it comes out. And they did the same change with Hawks so that his alphas do not track if you are behind an obstacle. And funny enough, Toga actually got the same nerf. So they track right there, but they will not track right here. Yeah, see how they're over there and it just didn't track. Now for Overhaul, I don't think Overhaul actually needed this nerf. I don't think Overhaul needed a nerf, period, actually. I think he was fine. But his alpha used to do around like 90 and now it does 75. And it still knocks down into hits. I feel like they probably should have changed the knockdown value to that, like maybe three alphas knocks down, because that's pretty weak for an alpha. And they nerfed the reload speed of his special action. So those are all the buffs and nerfs, y'all. And let's move on to the main star of the show. Not Nejire, she is mid, and let's move on to Kiri. Alright, you guys, the moment of truth is here. We have Strike Kirishima in My Hero Ultra Rumble. And when I tell you guys, this man is an absolute like combo beast. He is like a combo god, man. He is so good. I'm not even worried about Nejire. So starting off with his quirks, his alpha is just a standard Sonic ball. So you just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and you can jump freely in this, and you can also wall run. Let me just give it a second to come back. And it comes back by percentage, so it doesn't like go to 0 and then come back like that. So you can wall run with this. Like, it's actually wild. It's actually like kind of wild. It's so cool. It's so much fun. And his beta is a Kendo shield, but it's much different than Kendo. And it ends with like an overhaul Gamma Slam. So you hold it, it's in like the shape of his face. It's so cool. And the more you hold this, the more damage the slam will do. So that does 152, but if you just tap it, it'll do 120. So if you hold it to right there, it only has 2 stages, the 120 and the 152. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I think the slam get bigger. The slam will get bigger. Okay, so the slam will you'll basically just level up your slam. It's wild. This character's so good. So the way the alpha works, it doesn't drag them along with you as yellow Kiri does. Well, that feels so weird to say yellow Kiri, but it's like that. So the way to work around that is that it's more of a burst move. So you would rather do that rather than just holding down the button in regular combat. Stop it once. And you have to be kind of dead on at them in order to hit like the tick into the slash instead of just the slash. So like this. Yeah. You have to be like right next to them to hit that part. Or like as like you're rolling around and you're about to hit someone, you can just do this. Wait for that first hit to connect and then release the button. And his gamma, now onto his gamma. His gamma is actually like really unique. Like it's so unique. It's so fucking cool. So you throw a big ass rock and just ricochets off of it and explodes into pieces. Those actual shards don't do any damage though. So you can like bounce this off walls. It has physics and everything. It's crazy. You could throw this shit back onto yourself for cover. You could follow the ball if you want to. And like, well, like the bar right here, just throw it right here. Oh, that missed her. Did that even hit? Yeah, it's weird. It has. Oh, yep, it can hit her. It's just very finicky. But you can get really creative with this. It's like Endeavor's spear. So like, if you hit it off of a wall, you can hit someone. Good thing also to know about its gamma is that it has a sweet spot. So the actual projectile itself does damage, and the bounce off the ground does damage. So if you shoot it around right here, at like the character's feet down, you do a lot more damage than normal. Oh, didn't get it. There you go. It's very hard to hit it. Honestly, I don't think it's worth going for in regular combat, but personally, I think this is a pretty cool feature about him. It's very hard to hit though, like right there. See, I had to try so hard to hit that. It's very like RNG based. It's very weird. Now onto his combos. I think this Kirishima is it has crazy combos. So I'm gonna go show you this one combo I got with the beta. So you do beta slam into the slash of his alpha into a rock. And that completely guard breaks. Actually, you can just add that up for yourself. I'm not gonna redo it again. But that combo is also really good, and that combo is also like distance based. So depending on how far you are away from your opponent, you will actually do the tick and then the slash instead of just the slash. So in order for that combo to work properly with the rock, you need to hit just that part. You cannot hit that part and that. So let me demonstrate that for you guys. See how it just doesn't work? Keep in mind, his beta is actually really good. Just tapping it once brings down to 60, and tapping it again brings down to 20. You could do this up to 3 times, so you get like 3 overhaul gammas. It's so good. It's so good, man. Also, the reason why I call them overhaul gammas is because if you look closely, it's basically the exact same animation without the spikes of overhaul gamma. So when I say just overhaul gamma, I just mean like it just uses the same asset because the devs were lazy. Another combo you can do that into a rock. That combo is really good too. Or you can do that into that. One also decent setup for his melee on his alpha slash is air melee. So you do air melee into that, and that does a pretty good amount of damage too. And keep in mind also, when you're doing beta, the more you charge it, the higher the knockdown value. So this combo with beta into slash into rock, that will not work because let me just show you. That instantly knocks them down because it does more damage and it's a bigger hitbox. So that means that it will have a larger knockdown value or a higher knockdown value. So it instantly knocks them down. So if you want to do like a charge beta into alpha into rock, that will not work. You need to do regular into slash into rock. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that is Strike KIRI for right now. These are all the combos. Those are the combos that I found for him, and I feel like in combat he feels very awkward. I only played against CPU bots because I'm not going to take this online and ranked, but he feels very awkward to fight with. But he has a learning curve. He will have a learning curve, and I like that about him. That's what I liked about Lemillion before the devs slaughtered him. So I hope they don't slaughter this Kirishima too much. Also, he will come out with 300 HP. He will not have 400. He will not have 400. He will have 300 HP. So just prepare yourselves for that shock when he actually drops in a month. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I'll drop a Nedre video eventually. I don't have enough tickets to roll for. I'm saving to get KIRI officially. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.